Good to be back home. It was a long road trip, back-to-back games, and disappointed with how we played, on Sunday versus SMU. And fortunate that we were able to bounce back and get a road win versus Tulsa on Tuesday night. And obviously just an incredible challenge for us with, the number one team in the country coming in here on Saturday.
Just what stands out about Houston? I mean, I'm sure just about everything does when you watch them. What catches your attention the most?
As you said, everything. I just have so much respect for Coach Sampson, their staff, their players, the way they play. We could sit here and talk the whole time about what they do well. But again, obviously, just a dynamic team with as good of a backcourt as there is in the country, with Shed and Sasser on the front line with Walker and Roberts. So just very dynamic team. As good of a defensive team as there is in the country, and as much credit as they get defense and rebounding. This is a team that is scoring over 75 points a game in conference play. So a very strong offensive team that really can beat you every which way and are talented all across the board.
This is what you do it for, right? A chance to play the best team in the country?
Well, I think you do it for a lot of reasons. This is, you can't predict when or if these kind of scenarios are going to happen. I mean, this conference is so strong, and so every night, you got to try and look at it like every game you have to feel like to have a chance to win in the American Conference. Every single time you step on the court, in Minges or on the road, your mindset better be you're playing against the best team in the country, and it doesn't matter who it is. And it just so happens right now, this literally is the best team in the country.
How excited are you for this opportunity to play at home in front of your home crowd against a team that obviously people know is as legit as it gets?
Yeah, I think the exciting part about that is the atmosphere that we hopefully will have in here on Saturday night. I think this fan base is the best in the country. I think it's been awesome. It has helped us win games in this building, and I think it's exciting for Greenville, ECU, everybody, Pirate Nation, to know that Saturday night's going to be a great atmosphere in there. It's just been fantastic all year long, and this is I believe this is the first time ever the number one team in the country in terms of ranking has come into this building. So I expect it to be an awesome atmosphere.
How much can you guys feed off that, especially defensively? It just seems like late in games when the crowd's gotten into it, that's kind of changed things. And hopefully from the start, that can maybe be a case for you guys Saturday.
Yeah, you talk about that. I think that's what home court advantage is across the country. And it doesn't matter if you're at Houston or you're here or anywhere else in this league, conference, non-conference. Home court advantage is what makes college athletics special, the atmosphere, I should say. That being said, that's not going to be the reason why we have a chance to compete. That's what we want to go. We want to fight. We want to compete. We want to give ourselves a chance, in the ball game, of course, as we do every game. And that is a definite added bonus in the energy that it can bring. But for it to be a factor, we have to do our part. And that's plain as it gets. For the home court or the fans to be a factor in the game energy-wise, we have to give ourselves a chance and give them a reason, to be in the game like that, especially late game.
Tulsa game, the first half you had a ton of open shots, just didn't go down. How good was it to maybe still find a way to win when y'all didn't play maybe y'all's best?
Yeah, we said that, it wasn't a pretty win, but, I don't know, a road win is a road win, and it's not about how it looks sometimes, and we knew that. We really chart our shot quality a lot of times, and we were not pleased with the shots that we were taking versus SMU on Sunday. We thought we had some uncharacteristic plays. 19 turnovers, you don't give yourself a chance on the road to win with 19 turnovers. Versus Tulsa on Tuesday night, we really liked the shots that we were getting. A lot of them were uncontested, or they were shots that we were good with, but they weren't going in. And we've sat here and spoken many times that you just sometimes can't bank on making shots in terms of, is that what's going to allow you to play the right way? We were on a 4-day road trip. We had a long bus ride. We had got there. We had been in Tulsa for 2 days on the back-to-back road games. So they didn't go in the first half, but our guys stayed with it. Defense was going to be what gave us a chance. I thought defensively, both halves, we played strong. And late game, guys made some shots. Jaden Walker was fantastic all game long. Brandon makes the big shot late. But the guy that changed the game flat out was David Kasanganai with his defense. His energy, his defense, what he did on that side of the ball gave us even the chance to do what we did at the end of the game.
Houston does force a lot of turnovers, and you mentioned a lot against SMU, but what is your faith like in your backcourt after playing a game like Tulsa where they, showed a lot more maturity heading into this game against Houston?
Yeah, we've been so on both ends of the spectrum. We've had games in conference where we turned it over 10 times, and we've had good in terms of controlling the ball, and it wasn't that we were holding the ball or playing slow. We've just made better decisions, and then we've had games where we have 19 turnovers versus SMU, and I think that's sometimes one of the signs of a younger or less experienced team, but we're getting there. And I can tell you one thing, we can't turn it over 19 times and have a chance to even be in the game on Saturday night. So in terms of confidence, I know we're going to work the next 2 days, as we do all the time, preparing and understanding how important it is. Ball security, taking care of the ball, every pass, every catch. This is the best team in the country at taking the ball from you, steals, rebounds, loose balls. They're as good as anyone. So it's going to be an emphasis, but in the end of the day, we have to go out Saturday night and do it and take care of the basketball and do it versus an elite defensive and rebounding team.
With 4 games left, any chance we see Javon make a return, or is it still kind of week to week?
I think it's week to week. We actually talked about that. It's week to week, day to day. He's now 4 weeks into his rehab. He's on the court working. As far as what that means leading down the stretch in these last, obviously we have a really 4 games in a short time span coming up right now, and we're going to be on the road for 2 of them, and then you head to the conference tournament. So it's still an unknown, but he is doing well, man. He is bringing so much great leadership to this team on the bench and in the locker room, and we're just keeping our focus with that right now.